tonight.
Fuck yeah.
I just, you know what? I like corned beef, but I never make it unless it's St. Patrick's Day. So
Mm-hmm.
throw some corned beef and potatoes. But this time I cooked the corned beef in beer, which I hadn't done before. But a couple of the recipes I saw did that, and I was like, okay, I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, had some beer left over, so I boiled the potatoes in beer too. Didn't really add much to them, but
Yeah.
I was like, might as well try. Like, what we can do with the half of a beer here.
Right.
So, anyway,
Well,
turned
you
out good
drink
though.
it. Most people would probably just drink it.
No,
Kids
that's the
come in and
last
you're just chugging a beer.
pounded a tall boy.
Brewski.
That's the last thing I would drink if I started drinking. I hate the taste of it so much. It's so horrible.
Dude, all you have to do is try alcoholism and then it tastes great.
Here's the thing though. There aren't any fermented drinks that I'm into. It's like there's like that Russian
That's why they're
kvass and like
called acquired taste.
I know. It's just I haven't acquired that. I guess I just
No,
my
you have to
my
drink a lot of beer before you're like, oh yeah, that's actually kind of good.
my dad and brothers just love anything fermented. I'm like,
Crave!
no, I don't want that.
Crave!
That's how you respond.
That's just me testing. Yes, and I'm like, crave.
And yeah, that's like a verbal
Crave!
tick I have now. I just say it.
Welcome to crave. No, don't say it like that, JD.
Just to date, still one of my favorite things that one of the wrestlers in the WWE, his last name is Uso. And for whatever reason, years ago, he started referring to everyone when he would speak to them as Us. I don't know. It was just like an addendum at the end, like dog. Like, come on, dog. Like, come on, Us. And now it's just like part of his lexicon.
That's
That's just
what
like
he
how he
says.
talks. And the idea of me just calling everyone Deese. Come on, Deese. Come
Oh
on.
my gosh. Yeah, please
Like when
do
you
that.
actually translate it for yourself into like your own last name that
Yeah.
you turn into a nickname for other people
Dude,
is
that's sick.
fantastic. Come on, Pete. Come on, Pete. They're like, why are you calling me Pete? You're like, Peterson. They're like, yeah, that's your name. You're like, yeah.
Like y'all a bunch of Pete's.
Come on, Pete.
What up, Pete?
Listen when I'm talking to you, Pete.
It's like saying bro. Like you use it
Yeah,
instead
exactly.
of bro.
You're saying your own last name, an abbreviation of your own last
Wow.
name instead of bro.
That is
It's
incredible.
revolutionary. And I probably don't need to tell you he's a Pacific Islander. I don't know why
Even
that just
better.
like makes sense.
No, yeah, like no, I
That
like
just like tracks. You know that guy.
you're like, yeah. No, I
Yeah.
see. I see everything. I know it all now.
Yeah. I get
It's all
wrestling.
clear. All
Okay,
right.
let's do this shit.
Okay.
20-minute episode. Hey, dude, how's things?
Well, you know, same old. Been kind of sick this week, but get a little bit better. Still kind of cold in my basement though. And oh yeah, no, beware the Ides of March.
Oh, man, I'm glad you're feeling better. Wait, was that last part?
Yeah, no, my basement is freezing. Even like when it warms up, it's so cold down here.
No. The last part, the part about the Ides of March.
Oh, yeah, that. I don't know. It's mid-March. You're in some leadership role. I'm just saying, got to be careful. Got to watch your back, you know?
I guess. Thanks for the warning.
Yeah, sure thing, bro. Oh, shoot. Watch out behind you.
You just talked into the 3-Bit Gamer Show.
Stab.
Welcome to the 3-Bit Gamer Show. I'm JD.
And this is Peterson.
And how dare you betray me?
Et tu, Peterson.
All of you. Et tu, bidiots.
Et tu, 3-bit. Yeah.
I kind of had it coming.
I'll stab him. I don't care. I honestly, it's been a while since I stabbed somebody, so I don't know. I can do it again.
I'm feeling stabby. Live from the 3-Bit Gamer Show. The news. Doodaloo. All right. The news this week is brought to us by Crave Cookies.
Crave!
Crave Cookies. Go to cravecookies.com and you can follow along with me. It is a cookie shop here in the United States of America where you can buy and eat cookies.
What?
Yeah, we got them.
Is that like a new thing?
It's new-ish. So we got 6 cookies on the menu, and 4 of them are new every week. One of them is new every month. And they come out every Friday, but we tell you every Tuesday because we love you. We care about you. We want you to eat cookies. So the menu is out this Friday. Carrot cake, still our monthly. You like walnuts and carrot. Jenna eats one of these almost every single day now. It's like vitamins for her. She wakes up in the morning, has a carrot cake. Goes to bed at night, has a carrot cake.
She rolls around on the mat with some sweaty guys, and then she comes back. Carrot cake. Got to get that energy back.
Got to bring it back. So carrot cake is hot. It is good. I promise. Even if you guys are kind of mid on carrot cake, try the carrot cake cookie. The Brookie Way, which is our brownie cookie rookie dough with a Milky Way just shoved in the middle. Dude, I ordered so many.
Sounds
Walmart
hot.
cut me off. I can't buy any more Milky Ways from Walmart. I have to go to other stores. Oh,
so quit buying all our Milky Ways.
Just share, you fucks. It's not like I'm not paying for them. The Scotcha Rookie, my all-time favorite Crave cookie.
This is your favorite one.
The Scotcha Rookie. It's got a Rice Krispie treat in the middle. I think it's got like a oatmeal based dough and some butterscotch drizzled on the top. This thing slaps.
I actually don't think I've ever had it.
Oh, idiot! It's got Rice Krispie cereal in it. That's what it is. Not oatmeal.
Not
Rice Krispie cereal in cookies. The blueberry muffin. This one is new.
I'll eat it.
It looks like a blueberry muffin.
Yeah,
that is it. And then finally the chilled Biscoff Oreo.
Okay.
It's a cold cookie. Got a squirt of like Biscoff frosting on top of it. It's good. It's all good. But really the Scotch Rookie's the best. Actually, this is a much better week. This is a good week. The last week I was like, the current week's menu I'm like okay on. This one, fire. Go to cravecookies.com. Go to Crave Cookies the store. Get the Crave Cookies app. Look up Crave Cookies on DoorDash. Look at it. Crave Cookies.
Do you want to stick with that, or did you want to try again?
Go down to Crave Cookies and get your cookie on.
I loved it. The better.
Notorious Goblin Bobby Kotick is trying to kill Kotaku with a frivolous lawsuit.
Why not? Why not?
3-Bit Gamer Show currently on notice. You guys look out for us because Kotick's coming for anyone that's maligned him at all.
Oh, I would love it.
Real sack of shit, and he's not making or feigning to make video games or ruining video games anymore. So he's going to ruin video games media while he's out there. The complaint coming from Kotick is not currently available, but it is regarding articles that are about Kotick's alleged interest in purchasing TikTok, which I believe we reported on months ago. And I guess basically what happened is when Kotaku wrote about that story, they included details in the story that Kotick didn't like. False allegations about workplace issues is what they categorize.
Here we go.
And then the article also talks about a 2022 Washington Post story that says Kotick's shown a willingness to devote enormous resources to even the most minor feud, and has engaged in years-long battles against enemies big and small. Dude, motherfucker, come at us.
Has he thought about? He said, you know what? I think he needs to be in politics. That's what it sounds like. He needs to go into U.S. politics. He'll fit right in.
Just bitterness. Just being a bitter loser with like beady little eyes and a fucked up hairline. That's you, Bobby Kotick.
What do you mean his hairline? It looks great, especially in this picture on this article. I don't even know what that hairstyle is.
These are all posed pictures. Every picture of the internet is of Bobby Kotick is posed, and those are the best ones this guy can fucking get.
Like he's got like that fake the white guy smile, that they joke about online, where they like see each other and they nod their heads and purse their lips. That's what he's doing in this picture.
White guy smile.
This.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I read that as like a white dad smile, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, it
I've
is.
seen that smile from so many dads in my life. So basically, so we can stay clear legally, and this is a disclaimer that our attorney encouraged us to add anytime we talk about Bobby Kotick. They said, make sure not to mention that Kotick is a hateful little shit goblin that more than likely lives in a dank cave feeding on bugs and small mammals, like while he's bathing himself in guano. Like they said, just make sure when you don't say that type of
Don't say that.
thing,
Mm-mm.
and you'll be good. So yeah, I mean, don't visualize Bobby Kotick's long skeletal goblin fingers scraping guano off of the floor of a cave that he can then rub all over himself, so he's completely covered in it. Don't say that.
The
Don't
official
encourage your.
standpoint is that he is not using guano to masturbate in his cave.
No,
It's
Bobby
the
Kotick
official
never
position.
does that. He is not a cave jerker. He's not. That's not his thing. These are
No.
unfair, false allegations against Bobby Kotick, and we will not be saying those on this podcast.
White guy smile right back at you, Bobby.
People who buy the latest Assassin's Creed game on Steam won't be required to run it through Ubisoft's launcher. Hey, I think they're finally starting to get the memo. Or Ubisoft is like, hey, if this one doesn't sell because people don't want to download our shitty launcher,
Oh my
the
gosh.
company equals very over. We're done.
Done.
So whatever like tiny concessions we can give to gamers so they actually buy the latest Assassin's Creed game so our company doesn't go completely belly up, we'll make those concessions, and this is one of them. It was coming out of a technical Q&A that Ubisoft actually published back in February. This is quote from that Q&A. Launching the game through Steam doesn't require you to download and install the Ubisoft Connect launcher, as the Steam installation already includes a light embedded version of it. You simply need to link your Ubisoft Connect account to Steam. So basically, it's like I said, it's a concession. It's just like a minor thing. Like, okay, we'll throw you a bone, and we'll just install it on the backside of Steam, and you still have to go dig out your Ubisoft password somewhere, like a chump.
You still got to connect it. I have it on a piece of paper in my office.
But I don't have this silly thing on my desktop anymore. I think they've already been doing something similar to this for Rainbow Six Siege and possibly other Ubisoft games, but they're not like advertising it. I think they just are like, well, let's not get into a Helldivers situation.
They look, at least someone's learning from a mistake that was made at some point, because that has not been the status quo.
Yeah.
We do not learn from mistakes. We repeat them endlessly has been the motto so far for the industry.
Dude, I'm curious. I'm really curious to see how this game performs, because the last couple ones, including like Valhalla, were not well received. And it was like they would try to, it felt like they were doing huge changes to their Assassin's Creed formula to try to make them more appealing because they knew.
Odyssey and what was the other one with an O?
Origins.
Origins both did pretty good. Like
yeah, and I
they were both
played
good.
one of those. Whatever the Egyptian one was. I think it was Origins.
Origins. They both did pretty good, and then Valhalla was a disappointment. I do see a lot of buzz online for this game, so I think it should sell pretty well. And if it's not garbage, then I think it will actually make a profit. So
yeah. So we'll see. At least you won't have to log in to play it. Oh wait, you want to download something to play it? You will have to log in.
You log in. You have to just find your password. Okay, that's all.
It's Ubisoft 123. Come on, guys. Everyone remembers their password.
Ubisoft 123.
Lego wants to start building its games in-house. So I just think it's
never mind.
Vertical
never mind. People are not learning from mistakes. I take it back.
Synergy. This is, Lego has been behind a lot of games over the last 20, 30 years, mostly under Telltale Games, who have been developing kind of the single player co-op adventure games that everyone's mostly familiar with, I think, when they think of Lego games. However, more recently, a lot of people may be more familiar with Lego Fortnite, which has become very popular with the kids. I think just everyone. It launched like a year ago, right?
Probably more, but yeah.
And it has been big. But we haven't had a Lego Fortnite, a Lego game akin to like the old Lego games since the Skywalker saga, which I think came out in 2022. I don't know if Telltale is really working on another Lego game or what they're doing. I don't know how that looks. If how about this? Would you be supportive, Peterson, if Lego, the company, just bought Telltale Games? Who owns Telltale Games?
I mean, yes, but also no. What we have seen is that non-gaming companies who decide to get into gaming have not been successful. Amazon, they
Right, but if
struggled
they
with it.
buy an entire like working studio,
Doesn't matter. I mean, look, if someone can do it, probably Lego can do it. I do have faith in the company, but
who made this
it's just a
Skywalker
bad idea.
saga? Traveler's Tales. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. I always mix those two up. Traveler's Tales, which is owned by who owns them?
I don't know. You
Warner
produced them.
Brothers. Dude, I'm telling you. Warner Brothers looking to offload their gaming division, and Lego's looking to bring more things in house, and they just scoop up Traveler's Tales. Just saying. I don't think that's a terrible idea. This whole kind of thing kicked off from a comment that Niels Christiansen, who's Lego's CEO, was talking to the Financial Times. He said, quote, "We can say as long as we're under the Lego brand, we can cover experiences for kids of all age, digital or physical. Game development in-house is something we are building up." I wonder if they use that a lot at Lego. They say we're building up.
We're building up
everything. Yeah. Everything's building up.
They have to use.
Hey Larry, you got that?
You
got the TPS report? Yeah, I'm building it up right now. Everything's getting built up.
I'm building it right now.
I'm building. Yeah, that's the only verb they get to use in Lego headquarters.
Anything
building.
To do with any sort of doing type of verb is building. I can get on board with that.
Hey, you seen Jerry? Yeah, he's in the bathroom building bricks.
He's building bricks.
Dude, I'm excited. I hope we get more.
Okay, fair warning. I am trying very hard not to laugh this episode.
And I'm trying very hard to make him laugh.
If you make me laugh, I will go into an irrecoverable coughing fit. I'm out. Like, I'll be done.
Now everyone knows my goals for the episode.
Dude, you can't. And you can't make poop jokes. You know this. Poops and boners will get me every time.
I'm going to go build some better jokes. You say poops and boners get me every time? Are you fucking serious?
I'm not going to laugh. Yes.
Okay, well, you played the wrong clip anyway.
Well, you skipped one.
Which one?
The Pokemon one.
Oh my God. How did I miss that? Yeah, do it again. Wait, no, because I moved that to Riblets and then didn't tell you. So yeah, play Riblets. Riblets. These are news stories that don't have a lot of meat on the bone. Not unlike Applebee's Riblets.
I bet they're gonna file an injunction against us.
Who's gonna sue us first? Applebee's or Bobby Kotick? Dude, if one of those
are not that bad, you guys.
Finally breaks the shackles that have been chained around us for 6 years and frees us from this podcast.
Dude, how funny would that be?
Oh no.
If the podcast ended by lawsuit, I would be the happiest person in the world.
Brag about it. Would be the first thing I'd tell people when I met new people.
Top line of my resume. Top line.
Our podcast got sued out of existence. Ooh, by whom? Applebee's.
Applebee's.
Excuse me, what?
Was it like some kind of food rating podcast? No, not
Nope,
officially.
not at
No.
all. What would you say your podcast was? Stupid.
Video games.
Mostly stupid.
Yeah.
All right, this first riblet comes to us. This is from LL Whoops on Discord. So thanks for sharing this because this did not show up in my feeds. Pokemon trading card game scalping is so bad that official stores are removing packaging to prevent reselling. This is
Wait,
the
what?
Pokemon Center stores that are built and designed to look like Pokemon Centers from the game, and they just sell tons of Pokemon merch and to prevent idiots from going in there and buying a ton of Pokemon cards to later list on eBay for sale. They will now be taking the plastic wrapping off of Pokemon trading card game products. So you still get it. Your cards are fine. You get your cards out of there. You can get them rated even. But you're not going to be able to resell them successfully.
Like you can't resell the unopened pack, right? Is that what you're
Right.
saying?
Well, I think it's like, the ones you got me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like they take that, like, basically, essentially, like that cardboard part off. So it's just like
Oh,
a bare pack,
yeah.
which I don't think anyone would buy those. But maybe I see that sounds silly to me. I bet they would. Anyway, this is the Pokemon Center in Pokemon Center Singapore, which is actually located in the country's largest airport, which I find strange, but
Not if
okay.
you've been to that airport.
That makes sense. Is it
It's the
like a
nicest
mall?
airport I have ever been to.
Right. I guess I view airports from like an American lens where like everything
No.
is like a gated off,
I
but
was like, dude, I want to hang out here. I want to,
I want to
like,
live.
the food
I
was
get an
good.
apartment here.
Every bathroom had their own attendant just hanging out in there, cleaning it all day, all the time.
Dream. What a dream.
Yeah.
So that's the scoop on the Pokemon trading card game. There's also a link to a video in this story of guys fighting over the Pokemon card vending machines, which I'm sure a lot of you seen popping up. I have not seen one that's working. Every time I see one, it's like got the little Snorlax sleeping, and it's like, sorry, we're
Really?
fucked up.
I've never even
Yeah.
seen one at
There's
all.
one at Winco now.
What? Well, that's why it
What I
doesn't
said.
work. Dude, Winco.
It's
Look,
Winco is a rough environment for vending machines. We'll
I
just leave it
love
at that.
Winco, but yeah, it is not like
It's a
it's
tough crowd.
yeah, it's a tough
Like
it's a
you
good
gotta
way to put it.
be a grizzled Shasta style vending machine, or you're not gonna make it.
Shasta vending machine. The thing is
Are
that's
you
so
tougher than a Shasta?
you're absolutely correct. Because I know there's one at the Winco I go to.
Yeah, and people can kick the shit out of that Shasta machine. It'll keep pumping out 25-cent sodas.
You got all these little hooligans, these little kids in there just like banging on it all day, working great. You got them
It's
working on the one next to it with like a claw machine. That
yeah,
thing,
no,
the
no.
claw fell off weeks ago.
The Shasta machine is like the polished metal mirror at a park bathroom. It's not going anywhere. You
Not
can't
going
break it.
anywhere. Mm-mm.
EA has added microtransactions to Skate's closed alpha. That is tight. That is super tight. So people that have made
Wild.
into the latest alpha for the alpha for the latest Skate game from EA are now have the privilege of buying Sandvan Bucks. Sandvan Bucks, which lets them buy various cosmetic items. And according to the developer, Full Circle, this is being added to make sure players have a, quote, I'm going to read this slow, positive experience when purchasing items from the Skate store. So instead of just granting all your early access players a bunch of free currency, you figure, why not turn this early access unreleased game that people are alpha testing for free
Yeah.
into an opportunity to make some cheddar.
Here's what we want. We want you guys to troubleshoot the game for us. We want you to go and find all the bugs for
Yeah.
free because you
Yeah.
want to
Oh, yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But
Submit them in an orderly fashion
hey, if while you're at, why don't you test out the store
with your own money.
and then see if there's any bugs there. Let us know about the store features as well.
See, that's what's so fucking crazy about this to me This is why I hate AAA developers so much, because of this mentality. You have people playing Skate right now. Those are the most diehard Skate fans ever. And instead of giving them something, which is, like I said, give them some free currency, which, by the fucking way, there is explicitly stated when you start playing this game and when you spend money in it, that they could just wipe everything and you lose it all. And they're open about that. And
Smart.
so instead of being like, here's something free because you're probably not even going to retain it, but if you do, what a cool thing to have on your account is like this super limited edition early access skateboard that you got for, like you said, testing the game for free for us. Instead, you just look at those people like a fucking ATM, and you're like, how can, because the amount of money that they may make off of these early access microtransactions is minimal. That will have absolutely no impact on the game's bottom line. In fact, I would say it will be just like completely insignificant within 1 day of that game's release. The amount of sales from the actual game will eclipse that by so much. It'll be like, why did we do this? But I guarantee you will lose fans and you will lose loyalty.
Like, you'll turn people off.
Yep. And these are the people that will be trying to spread the game by word of mouth because they love it. They'll be talking about it. They'll be playing, streaming, whatever. And you choose to piss them off for fucking pennies. For pennies.
If there's one thing EA doesn't need to beta test or alpha test, it's their ability to do microtransactions. We know they know how to do it. Also, theoretically, this game still might not come out. Like, you could spend money on this and it might not come out.
Yeah, EA might just cancel it and you'll have a limited edition skateboard that is just a credit card bill.
That is, and also, gosh, when is this game supposed to come out for real? Like, what, couple years?
Whenever they feel like it.
So we'll say it comes out. So I'm just wondering at what point we're going to be reporting on a potential Blursti nom that all of the transactions
gets wiped.
All of the transactions pre 1.0 were wiped on accident. They don't know how that happened.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
And we don't know how to get it back
to make up for it. I don't know. Who said you can't get nothing for something, right?
Yeah, I like the pre-Blursties.
Prediction Blursties. As is tradition, Kojima just dropped a 10-minute Death Stranding 2 trailer, which neither of us watched, so you're free to go watch it.
10 minutes.
I'm sure it's going to be fucking bananas. And
I'll watch it later. If it is as bananas as the first one was, then we'll talk about it. It has to be 10 minutes.
Oh,
I remember I gave like a play-by-play of the last one because it was so bananas. So yeah, I'll watch this one and see what this crazy. Honestly, they need 10 minutes to make it not seem insane. They need 30 minutes to make it not seem insane.
All right, and then the last riblet here is the one that is guaranteed to fuck up Peterson's night.
No.
Atelier Ryza's famous thick thighs were influenced by Japan's economic recession, according to the series producer. For the uninitiated, the open world JRPG Atelier Yumiya, the Alchemist of Memories and the Envisioned Land. Just a heads up to Phil. You just earmark this one.
That was the name of the game, by the way. That wasn't
Atelier Yumiya, the Alchemist of Memories and the Envisioned Land is the name of the game from the Atelier series. The character design in question is that of Ryza Stout. And according to this article, this whole article is pretty funny because it's being written by someone that thinks they're taking a very objective stance on explaining this. While at the exact same time revealing just how down bad horny they are for the character in question. Ryza's thighs became a particular hallmark of the trilogy, especially as players theorized that they were growing in circumference with each new entry. So this is a character in the series whose thighs just keep getting thicker. And fans,
I can picture some guy taking a screenshot and being like, okay, I need to take some measurements here.
Yeah, he's got his calipers and he's like, yeah, these thighs are absolutely thicker than the last Atelier Yumiya game.
We
This
know
is
that
a
she's 5'2", okay? Now if we take that, we've got that they're doing the math.
oh,
They're doing
this
the
is
math.
important. This is important science. So here's the quote I think it was from one of the lead designers or whatever. This is just my perception, but I think that the economy has an influence on what kind of designs become popular. There are certain types of characters that are needed in times of recession, and there are types of characters that are embraced only when the economy is booming. As an example, he talks about the often heard theory that people start to favor voluptuous body types and motherly characteristics in women during times of economic recession. That sounds like pseudoscience and something that's totally not backed up by
False.
anything.
This is
False.
absolutely true, JD. This is a true statement. When things are going poorly, I want thick thighs,
That's
okay?
true.
I want buxom women.
Yeah. I want breeding bosoms. That's what I want.
Like that's what my brain wants when things aren't going well.
Look, dude, it's 1925. You were walking down the dusty lane of a Hooverville, and a woman comes out, and you can just see underneath her potato sack skirt these two thick, pearly thighs, and you're like, I'm so horny for that because I'm poor.
That's the woman for me.
That's what I need. And now the absolute coup de grace of this whole article is the single solitary comment at the bottom. Please understand, the economy made me do it. Trade wars, population decline, the increasing wealth disparity between the poor and the rich. All of it conspired to create an absolute babe of a character with thick, meaty ham legs. There was simply no choice.
I am fighting so hard not to laugh.
I don't know anything about this game.
The economy made me do it.
Game developers blaming the economy for their super horny character.
This is my favorite person. This person is so ridiculous. This is wild.
I'm going to start blaming the economy. It's like the new blaming 9/11 for everything. Now we just blame the economy.
This is not where I thought it was going when we were talking about the economy. I was like, dude, this is brilliant. I was thinking, and game devs, don't listen too hard to this one. The more money they give you via microtransactions, the thicker the thighs get.
Okay.
The next skin gets hornier, the thighs get thicker, the cleavage goes a little bit bigger.
Dude, the lighter my wallet is, the higher my mortgage payment goes. The more I just want those two thick thighs to squeeze my head off till it just pops. Patrick says, I'll do anything for economic security.
I can't, you guys.
Oh, fuck.
You're trying real hard to get me with this.
Yeah, I thought this would get you. I'm actually.
I will cough for 2 minutes straight. Like,
I'm
this
so impressed with your self-control.
Okay,
spin that clip.
Dude, it's time for a JD's sales report.
Just 2 reports here on JD's sales report. The first up here is that Split Fiction has sold 1 million copies in its first 48 hours. Wait. No, it sold 2 million copies in its first week.
Dude, this game is going crazy.
That ain't bad at all for a that's not a multiplayer game. This is just a single player and co-op game. Or is it
co-op?
Co-op only.
Online co-op.
Sold. I mean, I guess so. Do you split those sales in half?
Well, I don't know. That's what I was trying to wonder if like both people needed
to have to both
copy?
buy it, but you can't play it by yourself. I feel like you have to split them in half.
But this game we talked about a little bit last week. It has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. 98% of the 28,000 reviews are positive. So I mean, this game's killing it right now.
Yeah. And another game much older who that is been just consistently killing it is Ori. A tweet from Moon Games Studios CEO and creative director Thomas Mahler. These are the guys behind the Ori series. Tweeted that Ori has sold over 15 million copies to date. That's Ori 1 and the sequel.
2 games, right?
I believe so. So, and his tweet, he said, quote, "Not too shabby for a Metroidvania and a genre we were told is dead when we started to work on it."
Yeah, I mean,
dude, at this point, outside of MOBAs, which I'm still kind of like, maybe not, is any genre, can we say any genre is dead comfortably anymore at all about any game ever? I would not feel safe saying that. Even MMORPGs, like, I just don't know if you can just say any genre is dead at this point. You
I
never
think
know when
there
it's
are
gonna creep
several
back.
that are in a phase of dying, you would say, but they're never gonna die completely. They're,
I
like,
think they'll
on their
just
way
find new
out,
life.
and then yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that game I just shared in our Discord, 33 Immortals.
yeah.
The idea is that it's basically like 25, it's a roguelike co-op game where you can have up to 32 people playing co-op with you. And I think from what I've read about it and seen is that it's the idea is like 25-minute matches or whatever that resemble old school MMORPG raids, which I'm like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like the genre you may say, yeah, we're not gonna have like EverQuest and World of Warcraft like we did in 2005, but you can see new
Something.
life in it, stuff like this. So I don't know. That's an interesting aside. But yeah, Ori, 15 million copies. Ain't not that bad. Oh, I like it. I like the old
So
one.
old.
I wonder if we can clean it up. Kudos are
I don't know
positive
how. I tried. I'm not that
AI.
good. I'm not that
AI.
good a sound
We'll
engineer.
send it to Trent. He's got a $500 a month AI stack, so I'm sure one of his tools can fix it. Kudos is our positivity segment where we talk about things that we like, things we've been enjoying lately. Peterson, what is yours?
All right, mine is a book that I listened to. It's called Project Hail Mary. This is by the guy who wrote The Martian. What's his name? I don't even know the author's name.
Oh, fuck.
Steve John
Andy
Scott.
Weir.
No, Andy Weir. Andy Weir.
I knew it off the top of my head. I'm a genius.
Yeah, so I just listened to Project Hail Mary.
He wrote Artemis too, right?
Yeah, and I didn't ever listen to Artemis. That one had
No.
probably the least good reviews of
Yeah,
the
it did
3.
not get good reviews.
But Project Hail Mary I picked up because I had a Audible credit. So I started listening to it, and man, I blew through this story so fast. I mean, I've been sick a lot this week, like I said. So I take a lot of baths when I'm sick, and while I'm sitting there in the tub, I listen to an audiobook, and this one is amazing. So good. I won't spoil it too much, but what's happening is a scientist discovers, just like the rest of them, it's very science-y, a lot of math and science. A scientist on Earth discovers that we are getting less energy from the sun and that the sun is dimming at an alarming rate. And they're like, what's happening? And they notice this line from the sun to Venus. And they're like, what is this? And they figure out that it is essentially like like an interstellar algae, if you were to so to speak, and it absorbs, uses sun rays, and so they are like, well, humanity's going to be dead in like 20 years, like at this rate, like we're done. So they throw out their Hail Mary pass. They make a ship, send it to a different star that is not being affected. They've noticed that every star is being affected by this algae. It's called astrophage, is what they call it. And they go, but one star is not. So they go there on a mission, send one ship there to go figure out why. And it gets crazy. It's awesome. It's awesome. Not what I expected at all. But it is, like I said, very sciencey based. The main character is likable. I mean, I think he does a good job with this kind of like his stories kind of have this feeling. They never feel like everything's bad, it's not like that negative. Like even in The Martian, like of course things go bad, but it all kind of turns out and everything kind of turns good in the end. That's how this one feels. I loved it. I want to spoil everything, but I don't want to spoil
They're making a movie about this with starring Ryan Gosling coming out next year.
Awesome. Awesome. I was just thinking they should
Awesome.
make this into a movie because it would be a great movie. It honestly wouldn't be that crazy. It'd be a lot of special effects, but it'd be like The Martian, right? Like mostly sets with some space special effects. I don't want to spoil it, but I want to. I'm not going to. Yeah,
Proud
this
of
is gonna
you.
be sick. It's gonna be sick. Great book though. If you've got Audible credits, not a long listen. I say 12 hours, something like that. This was absolutely worth it. I loved it.
All right, that's Project Hail Mary. I have a kudos for something that I think everyone's probably already had. I don't know why it took me so long to get around to it, but orange cream Coke, not just orange, because I thought they just had orange, right? This is orange cream, so I think it's different. Jenna and I found it at a local grocery store, picked up a bottle of it, and I'm sorry. Yes, orange cream Coke. Sorry.
Yeah, it's orange cream. You got it.
Yeah. I thought it was fantastic. I didn't see it coming because I thought orange and cola is a strange combo.
It's not bad. I've had it before.
It's way better than blackberry Dr. Pepper. I'll tell you that much. That shit is
garbage.
Vile. Fuck.
Hated it.
Nah, this stuff is good. I also picked up a bottle that I haven't tried it yet of Pepsi Wild Cherry Cream Pepsi or Wild Cherry Vanilla. Have you tried that yet?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Shit,
yeah.
Can't wait.
I had a 12 pack of that orange cream Coke.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I thought it was solid.
Yeah, I wouldn't get sick of it. I don't think. Like it's pretty dope.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, it was solid. It's like a good flavor. It's not one that I would like avoid. Whereas blackberry Dr. Pepper, I had it once. If someone had it at a party, I wouldn't drink it. Like it's terrible. Terrible.
Yeah. So yeah, that's orange cream Coke. If you guys see it, it's been out forever, I think. It's dope.
I don't have a bumper yet, so
I bet you probably just listened to a really cool bumper that Peterson just made that you liked. So this is kicking off what we're gonna, I don't know, refer to as top 10 month?
Top 10
10gasm.
Tickle.
Top tentacle.
I said tentacle and you said gasm.
Tentacle gasm. That's what we're gonna call it.
Nope. Oh gosh.
Top tentacle
the
gasm.
bumper is going to be weird.
It's gonna be really great. The thing that kicked this all off is that Brandon Sanderson, B. Sands, Peterson's
boy.
friend, the author behind Mistborn and I don't know 50 other books. Oh wait, 51.
My dreams.
Wait, 52. Wait, 53. He released his list of his top 10 video games of all time. I guess.
Top 10. Yeah.
His favorite 10 video games. And I think this is interesting as someone that's read probably more Sanderson than I care to admit, and Peterson's proud to admit it.
Yeah.
That's kind of fascinating.
I've read a lot of it more than once. So
Brad Pitt releases his top 10 video games. We're probably going to read them on this fucking podcast. If anyone like remotely like famous releases a top 10.
What if Bobby Kotick does? Yeah, we'll roast it. We'll roast it.
Absolutely. Are we talking about Bobby Kotick's top 10 games? I'd love to roast him about every single one.
Even if I agreed, I would be like, I find like the worst part of the game.
I'd stop playing the game. So do you want to we'll start at number 10, work our way down? and we'll just kind
Let's
of go
do it the
over.
bad way and start at 1 and work our way. Just kidding.
That is not gonna. I was gonna say
What
I
did I
can't even
see?
support that
At
as a
one
joke.
point no, at one point, I was watching a YouTube channel that they would do a top 10 list, and they would start at number 1.
Backwards.
And you were like, "Alright, I guess I don't
You
need to
just
listen
turn it off
anymore."
after the first one. You're like, yeah, I'm not gonna stick
Like,
around to see what's the 10th
these
best of
people
anything.
don't
I don't give a fuck.
understand how this works.
Jesus, that's like the whole point. Anyway, the number 10 on Brandon Sanderson's
That's
top
interesting.
10 list is Katamari Damacy, a game that Peterson has never played any Katamari game,
No.
which
Have
is
you?
a shame. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I played a couple of these. I played Damacy, I played Beautiful Katamari, and then there was recently a new one. Can't remember. This game is so silly. This game is relentlessly and proudly silly. The idea is that you play as the prince of the universe, and your dad, the king of the universe, has tasked you with rolling a Katamari, which is basically like a gluey gravity ball thing, and everything you roll it over. So you start in some of these levels essentially the size of an ant, and you're just pushing this ball, and as you push it and push it, it more stuff. You roll over more and more things. You roll over some matches and some tacks, and if you roll over them wrong, then your ball's all lopsided and it lumps, and it's kind of harder to roll. But then eventually you're rolling up like cars and houses, and then buildings and huge
Uh,
boats, and then entire continents, and then planets, and then suns, and you started just rolling up matches, and it is fucking hilarious. I don't know how else to describe it. I would recommend just Googling Katamari and watching a video, but this pick right here, of all of the shit that I've ever like read of Sanderson's and seen and heard him, and I have boundless respect for Brandon Sanderson. This one raised it notably. Seeing that he's a fan of this game, oh my god, it tells me a lot.
dude, I think it fits in with his whole, like, the way he views, his books, and, like, he's just got this weird, like, it just they scale completely all the time, and it starts off at this tiny level, and it's all, like, universe and galaxy and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe that's where he's just like, this is how it started for him on the PlayStation 2
Yeah,
on Katamari
just
Damacy.
rolling up a Katamari.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
crazy.
if you showed this to your kids, Peterson, if you found them a Katamari game to play,
They
I
probably
think they
liked
would.
it.
I
Yeah.
think they'd be
I
pretty
was
obsessed with it.
watching some gameplay when you were talking about it, and I was like, I do remember you talking about this game at one point.
Mm-hmm. And the
So
sound design is so cute and funny. But
is
I
it an
think,
app? It feels like it should be an app.
do you remember Hole.io?
Yeah,
That
that's
kind of
what
stole the concept from this. Like that's the same ideas. It's just like getting bigger and bigger and like eating larger things.
yeah.
But Katamari just took had just such a fun take on it. And I love this game. I adore all of these games, but to list this in your top 10 is bold. And I just respect Sanderson for that.
That is a wild top 10 pick.
Yeah. Next up, number 9, Undertale.
This doesn't surprise me. This would be in a
No.
lot of people's top 10.
Yes, absolutely. Anyone that plays indie games is going to have Undertale on their list. I didn't really care for it. It didn't do it for me, but I can see absolutely how Sanderson would have probably been hooked on this game.
Yeah, I think so he likes to throw humor in his books, and not everyone enjoys his brand of humor.
Yes.
That's the same as this game. There's humor in this game. Not everyone likes it or gets it. But the people who do, they just can't stop chuckling. So yeah, this seems like right up his alley.
Yeah. Next here, this one. I know you and I are both big fans of this.
Yeah.
Fallout New Vegas.
This made me happy.
Duh. I mean, this is probably one of the better Fallouts, if not the best, in terms of storytelling. The world that it kind of builds.
The world is fantastic.
Second to none. Like it kind of like, of course, bombed out DC is a dope background, dope setting for a Fallout game, but it's like everything makes sense there. Duh, there's old government buildings and there's all this like things that you find,
Yeah.
and the mall has turned into like a war zone. Like all of that, you're like, yeah, I can see that. I can see that in like a John Carpenter movie. Fallout New Vegas just rewrote everything. It just made up everything from whole cloth. And it was fucking awesome. Like, because we don't know what Las Vegas looked like in 2076, but they did. And I loved it.
If you are a fan of like these RPG types of games, this is one of your top ones. I genuinely think that this game so fantastic, so great. I mean,
And I got to say, I think why Sanderson loves this one would be the world building in it.
yeah, the story in it is top notch.
Yeah.
Top notch. I remember more about this game than I do of Fallout 4.
And you just played Fallout 4 a couple years
And I
ago.
played Fallout 4 more than I played this game because Fallout 3 actually crashed one of my computers. It my graphics card couldn't handle it, and I was at the end of it and it crashed out. Honestly, top tier game right here. This is what we want. When people say Fallout, this is what we want. We want Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, so of course that's Sanderson's pick for that. Number 7 on his list is Super Mario World.
This one I don't get. This is interesting.
This is just, it says, I think, based on what this little blurb is, it just reminds him of his childhood. Just like if I listed like Kirby, the very first Kirby game, people were like, Kirby? You can beat that game in like an hour. It's just because I played it a ton as a kid.
This is like saying Duck Hunt is one of your favorite top 10 games. Like, I don't
You're
get
right.
This one.
Super Mario World is kind of like the shit heap of. I mean,
that I agree with most of the games on this list. Top 10 though. I know for a fact
did you not play Super Mario 3?
Hundreds of hours into Elden Ring, and that's not even on his top 10. And Super Mario World is on here. Like, that's crazy. Something about it sunk into his brain.
Yeah, it just got him.
Yeah. I don't know.
But this next one is not a surprise at all. Number 6, The Curse of Monkey Island.
He probably stole some stuff from one of his books is in Monkey Island, like for real.
Absolutely. That some of the settings from the scenes in Monkey Island didn't make it into his book. Of course they did.
Yeah. He wrote a pirate type of book. That's Tress of the Emerald Sea, which I do recommend everyone reads. It is the easiest, most uplifting read of all of his books. It's just good. It's the Princess Bride one.
Mm-hmm.
And that feels like it would fall into the Monkey Island universe.
Just fits. This is a point and click adventure game back like the 90s, 80s.
Yeah, I played the crap out of these in the 90s.
Yeah. Here's one. Peterson challenge. Now you have to try it. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
So in one breath I get it, but also I don't get it. Like, this game, I love these big RPGs, and for some reason
you never got out of the tutorial though. You just threw in the towel so fast, and this game is just so
what tutorial?
Good.
What tutorial?
Dude, you skip tutorials anyway. So what are you bitching about?
I was like, why can't I survive in this ice lava land? Like, what am I supposed to freaking do?
You gotta use your nuggets.
What nuggets? I didn't have nuggets, and they're like, someone was like, go cook something, and I was like, what the freak? How do I cook anything? There's no tutorial or recipes or anything. This game was just like, oh, go and have fun in this nonsense world. And yeah,
Peterson's just sitting there in his diaper screaming that no one's spoon feeding him the game.
It was not my thing. All right, look, I have to have fun playing a game, not like this is why I don't play Elden Ring, and this is why I don't play these games. Like, I don't want to learn it.
So that's number 5. I don't know, Peterson. You maybe have to revisit it now.
Look, I get it, but I also think it's bad.
Number 4, Halo 2. You know, this is one. I think this may be. No, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to think if any of these would end up on my top 10 list.
Okay.
And Halo 2 is the first one I've thought maybe. Just maybe.
It depends on my criteria that I end up going with.
Yeah.
Because this is the best Halo game. This is the one we spent
Right.
all of our time in.
Right.
And I mean lots of time and lots of nights and played through it multiple times. This is the one. So,
which is funny because I feel like I put probably 10 times as many hours into Halo 3 as Halo 2, but Halo 2 I definitely feel like I have an increased fondness for, because Halo 2 got me started on Halo. Obviously played Halo 1 a bunch, did LAN parties and all that stuff, but Halo 2 and the online multiplayer got me so geeked, but by the time I was in it, Halo 3 had come out. And then everyone was on Halo 3. You had to play Halo 3. So Halo 2, the time between 2 and 3 was only a couple years. So that's the only difference, is I feel like I had a longer tail with Halo 3. Like I played it just longer, because Halo 4 certainly wasn't forthcoming at that point. So I played Halo, I don't know. But going back to Halo 2, I do think it's just, in my mind, I hold it in higher regard. Maybe because it didn't overstay its welcome. By the time we all were like, I fucking love Halo 2, Halo 3 came out and it was over.
Yeah. Maybe that's why, yeah. I didn't get sick of it.
But lest we forget, Halo 2 has maybe the sickest scene in any Halo game, where Master Chief just drags that fucking bomb off the spaceship and just like hand delivers it to another spaceship.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yep.
So badass. Number 3, Final Fantasy X.
This one doesn't surprise me at all.
The people that play a lot of Final Fantasy games, I feel like there's like this hierarchy, this understanding, and it's like it's like your astrological sign, or one of those tests, those personality tests you take that gives you like 4 random letters or whatever the fuck, and you just tell people that those are your letters, and they're like, oh, I know exactly who you are.
I'm an ECBV. So
are you Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 7, 8, or 10? I feel like it's those 4, and if you say one of those is your favorite, like, people know who you are.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 10. What does that tell us about Sanderson?
Nothing. This fits into Sanderson's brain perfectly, because if I didn't know anything about Brandon Sanderson and just read his books, I would know just by Sherlock Holmesing this that he is a huge anime nerd, which he is. In fact, I think like one of his books, Yumi and the, I can't remember what it's called. Yumi. It was it's a anime book. Like, it is straight up
Nightmare Painter.
Yeah. It's like takes place in a he's like a Korea as like his setting. Like, is very anime. He loves this type of stuff. He loves big swords, the huge oversized swords and that sort of thing. This is Brandon Sanderson. Like, I'm surprised half of them aren't anime. In fact, there's an argument online that all of his works, if made into a visual medium, should be anime, because it's the only way it would make sense.
Absolutely. Oh, Mistborn anime? Are you kidding me?
It's the only way. I don't want live action. They keep talking live action.
No.
I want them all to be animated. They need to look at the success of Invincible and just do that. Just do that. Anyway.
Just do a 1-to-1. All right, number 2.
This one I knew was coming.
Bloodborne, I think any Sanderson fans probably heard him talk about this before, but Bloodborne, which is a Souls-like game. It sounds, I didn't know that he loved Souls-like games. I don't know where he has the time to play a Souls-like game.
Like I said, when Elden Ring came out, he would stream himself playing it like every single day, and he was still writing books.
How? When?
I don't know.
Maybe he writes with his toes while he's playing games. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, this one doesn't surprise me at all. He loves these things.
Okay, so in this last one fits, but I am slightly
weird way.
surprised that it's number 1.
I'm surprised too.
Civilization 6.
What is with all these
And this is the one
big
he's put the
names that
most
love
time
Civ?
into. Yeah, he's just put so much gameplay time into this, and he just plays it all night long.
Well, I don't understand. Look, Civ games are pretty fun. Like, I enjoy them. I can sink a bunch of time into them if I start playing. But what is it about? Like, we've heard a lot about a lot of these different celebrities love
Mhm.
Civilization. Like, what is it about these games that people just really can't get enough of? Because I kind of like them, but I feel like they play this. It feels like there should be a lot of diversity in the gameplay, and I feel like there's actually not.
If it's anything like me, and I don't play 4K games, but I do play, like, when I play Age of Empires and things like that, RTS games even though it's the same thing over and over again, I feel like I kind of create little stories in my mind. Like, oh, now this whole army got wiped out, and now I had to start a new one here, and this is like my new fresh cavalry. I don't know. I think
I would not be surprised if Sanderson was doing that. Like, if
that's
he's like,
that's kind of what I envision.
this tile over here has some history and
He's
meaning.
got a whole so I can see him playing Civ and just completely losing himself in that fantasy world that he's creating. And then maybe Patrick has a point. He says on our chat that you just forget time itself exists and a week passes and you haven't stopped.
That is true.
Probably
That has
part of
been my experience playing Civilization. It's
Mhm.
that one more turn thingy where you're just
Yeah.
like, yeah, so do one more turn, and next thing I know, it's 4 AM, and I'm like, what am I have to be up at 7.
Yeah.
Why am I still up? And I'm like, I'll just take one more turn then.
No, that's exactly what I think. I think he's just doing world building, story building, whatever in his head while he plays. Hell, I was doing it when we were playing Farlanders, and that's much less involved. But yeah, I was little tile map. Give me a little bit of space, and my brain's just running in circles. It's filling in the gaps.
It still is surprising to me. Civilization was surprising. Super Mario World is surprising. Katamari Damacy
Yeah,
is
what
surprising.
is the most surprising for you? And what would you have guessed would be? I would have guessed. I would have probably put Final Fantasy a lot higher. Like number 1.
I was shocked Elden Ring wasn't on there. He loved that game.
Yeah.
He beat it multiple times with multiple different play styles. And so yeah. Don't make me laugh, Patrick. Patrick says you have to be somewhere at 8 AM. You take your last turn at 8:15. That's how Civ is. He almost got me with that one. Yeah, I think Mario is the most surprising one for me on this. I'm surprised that Elden Ring was not on there. So,
yeah. All right. Well, that's kind of cool. As a teaser, I think we've reached out to all of our co-hosts, and over the next couple weeks, we're gonna hopefully bring them all on to give us their top 10 list.
and I'm gonna make fun of it so
we're
hard.
just gonna roast them.
Roast their top 10.
Roast the shit out of these top 10s. They're not gonna be good games.
We're gonna make
our
Lynn
top 10s.
cry. Make Lynn cry on air.
Yeah, we're gonna try to make them all cry. Yeah, why stop at Lynn?
I don't know if we can make Danny cry. I think she'll probably make me
Danny
cry
will make us
first.
cry.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, that's the Sanderson top 10, and now we're gonna move on to something else.
Dice of Destiny.
All right, Dice of Destiny is this game we play at the end of every episode. We roll a dice to see who's going to be rolling this Dice of Destiny itself, a 20-sided dice that has 20 different game genres assigned to it. Then that person rolls for the price that they can spend on their game. They find a game in that genre in that price range. They pick it, play it, review it. A couple weeks back, Peterson rolled a simulation game for $50, and he picked a game about digging a hole. What do
Yeah.
you think?
Okay, so I played a game about digging a hole. Actually, I got lucky with this one because I went to go buy it, and it was already in my Steam library via the library share.
Oh, that's nice.
My son bought it, actually. I was like,
Oh,
"Free?" I
okay.
was like,
Not.
You didn't use my credit card, did
I
you?"
was
And
gonna
he's
say
like, "No."
less nice.
Yeah, no, he didn't use my card. But he bought it because only $5. So this game went viral online. In fact, my kids, my 10-year-old or 11-year-old came in the room while I was playing it. He's like, "You're playing a game about digging a hole?" And I'm like, "How do you know what this is?" And he's like, "Oh, I've seen YouTube videos, YouTubers playing it." So this game is exactly what it's titled, a game about digging a hole. You start off and someone pulls up to a house. There's a billboard in front of it and it says, "Hey, come dig a hole. This house is for sale, but if you want to come and dig a hole in the backyard, there is treasure down there." And so you're like, "All right." So you go in and you have a garage. You start off in a little garage. Um and there is a computer where you can sell stuff, and there is a store menu where you can buy stuff, and that's it. And it doesn't really tell you what to do, but unlike Breath of the Wild, it's easy to figure out what you're
Oh,
supposed to
come
do.
on.
So you have a shovel,
I'm gonna tell
and
Sanderson you were talking shit on.
don't
That's the
tell
first thing he's gonna know when he meets you.
no, don't tell
Oh,
him.
you were teasing me?
Don't tell him. He'll hate me.
He'll hate
Then
you
my life will
forever.
be over.
He won't let you read his books anymore.
He'll be like, "Everyone, you have to pay triple for them."
Mm,
Um So no, so you go in and you start digging. You got a little shovel and you start digging a hole and you find rocks and silver and minerals and whatever in the hole, and then you have like inventory slots, and you go up to the computer and you sell them. They sell for a certain amount. Then as you get money, you can upgrade your shovel, you can upgrade your inventory. You've got a battery, which doesn't make a ton of sense. Like, what are you, a freaking robot?
mhm.
Because as you are as you use your shovel, your battery goes down. Like, I don't it's just like your energy, but they call it battery. It's really weird.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Um, and if your battery dies, then you lose health and like the whatever money you'd earned for that day. Like, there's not really any stakes.
Mhm.
You have a health bar and you usually get hurt by falling, but again, not really hard because you have a jetpack, and then you can just hit that. And that uses your battery as well to use your jetpack. So it's like, this is crazy, especially at the beginning. You have this shovel, and the most annoying part, my one and only nit, is that you have this shovel and you can't hold down the button to you
You
can't
have to
just like
keep
hold it down.
clicking it?
You have to click every single time. So
The
if
literal
you're
clicker
watching the video,
game.
every single time he moves the shovel, that is a click. You're click, 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 click the whole time. Well, eventually, thank goodness, you upgrade to a drill, and then you just hold it down. You're just like mowing this crap down, like, so
Mhm.
quickly. I won't spoil the whole like ending for you, but you get lights, you get dynamite, you can kind of go down, keep going down. As you're going, you find like pre-dug tunnels, and you're like, "What the heck?"
Ooh, that's
And
fun. That's actually way cool.
then it's got like a little spooky twist at the ending, um, down in the hole. It doesn't take long to beat. I don't know how long I played it for because I left it on for a little while. Um, but I think it only took me like 4 to 5 hours maybe to beat. And if you're watching this video, I was way more thorough than this person is being. I was like, because they're like flying out of the hole. I
Mhm.
first started like digging my way down.
Yeah,
Uh,
like stairs.
yeah. And then eventually you're just like, never mind. And then you just start flying everywhere. But I did, you see this grass patch in the back?
Yeah.
I dug like that whole thing was
I
gone.
love how this looks. It's such a trip. This is the most video gamey shit.
Mhm.
I love how it looks. It's just so neat.
I genuinely had a great time with this game. I didn't at first I was like, "Is this it?" And then the whole just dig, get stuff, sell it, upgrade, dig, like
Yeah,
as
that
you go and
loop.
you're finding stuff.
Yeah.
it just worked. There's a couple things that you had to like figure out a little bit, like a little sensor would pop up. You're like, what the heck is that? But if you've ever played a video game before, which I
Mhm.
assume you have, you'll understand what you're supposed to do. There was like an area like this with these little wooden things, and you're like, what am I supposed to do? You figure that out pretty quick. Um, gosh, I understand why this game went viral. It's simple, it's easy,
And everyone has
and I had a
done this
great
in
time.
any game, any building game like Minecraft or whatever. You just
Mhm.
start digging down. You're like, what
Yep.
happens? That's exactly I was talking about that Planet game that I was playing. Just started digging a hole in the ground. There's something innate when you hand somebody like a game like this that they do this. So making the whole game about that, brilliant. I
Well,
love
you
it.
want to know, like, is there something down there? Is there
Yeah.
some mystery down there? And in this game, there is. And so you know that the further down you go, you're going to start first getting better stuff, but also like uncovering something, figuring out what the whole point of this game is.
Right.
And then you figure it out and you're like, that's silly. Uh and then you're given the option once you quote unquote beat it, once you finish it, you are given the option to start over.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gives you a bunch of achievements you can go for. So you can just do another playthrough, but like trying to get these achievements, and
Yeah.
that's it. And I was kind of
Dude.
like, yeah, I do kind of want to do that.
It's $5. This game is $5
Honestly,
on Steam. It's on
people
sale
should
for
play
10%
it.
off. Yeah, this seems like
I
a
do
no-brainer.
recommend it.
I
Is
just put it on
like I
my
said,
wish list.
easy peasy, no brainer. I had a good time with it. Something about that loop is just gonna pull you in. I did. It only took me like I played it for 1 hour one night. I played it for several hours another night, and then I played it a little bit during the day, and then it was done. That was it. Game over.
Sweet.
And I don't regret even a second of it. So yeah, this is a everyone should play it.
Buy it any price.
It's
Because it's
silly.
only $5.
It's $5. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
this one's
get
definitely
someone
on my
in your
list.
Steam library. Get one of your kids to buy it.
I wonder if I could play
Whatever.
this on the deck because it seems like it'd be pretty fun to just.
I don't probably. I haven't
Goof
looked.
with on
Should
the
look it
deck.
up. I can't imagine why it wouldn't. There are like no controls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, verified on the Steam Deck. There's like no controls. You just like use one mouse button and the space bar pretty much. Like that's it. And so yeah, now he's got the drill. You can see that he's just like chomping away at
Just
everything now.
cruising.
Yep. So game about digging a hole. So bye. I'm so glad that I played this. Probably my favorite Dice of Destiny game that I've played in a while.
Dude, I dig it. All right.
Get it?
Mm,
You said I dig it.
no, I don't get it. Can you explain it?
Because you dig in the
I just don't think I'm gonna get it. Let's just move on.
we're not gonna get there.
I'm not gonna get there. I'm not gonna understand it.
All right, well let's roll.
Yeah, let's do a re-roll. While I do that, why don't you spin up our tunes?
Oh yeah, because it takes a minute to get there.
Okay, so Peter Ravens.
I will be on.
It's you again. Or do you want to go? Do you want to like limit that down? Or are you
No,
good
let's
to go
do
again?
it. Fine. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to roll, or do you want me to roll for you?
Dang it.
You only have a 12-sided dice.
And I don't have a 20 on me.
Okay, here we go. 10. What? Nope. What?
What?
No. What?
I don't know. What does
Did I
it say?
forget? It's simulation. I must have forgotten to
Oh,
remove that.
Yeah.
Um,
Come on, don't make me play another simulation game back to back. That used to happen back in the day before we updated the list every time.
yeah, we're gonna re-roll that. What the fuck? How did I do that? There we go. 8.
I don't like this.
Excessive blood and gore.
This is one of the new categories that we added.
What? That's tight. Okay, you know what else is tight though? Is
What?
that we only have 2 left before sex is back on the board.
Oh, great.
It's just crazy. It's feel like it's been forever. But
Okay. And I'll roll for the price. I get the price dice.
okay, do it.
4.
Okay.
40
So
bucks.
Peterson gets to play a bloody, gory game
Okay.
for 40 bucks or less. That's it. I'm excited to see what you pick. All right, guys, that's it for the sode. That's it for everything. Thanks to Patrick for coming and hanging out. Guys, we are streaming usually Sunday nights. Why?
We went too long.
Oh, no. You didn't record the whole thing?
No, I did 2 minutes of it.
When it gets so good, we'll just do it again. There it
Keep
is.
going.
Yeah, there we go.
Because we had to do like the whole re-roll of like the re-roll.
I
of the
thought you
dice.
had the whole song. I was like taking my
Read it out.
time.
Oh,
How
yeah,
dare
sorry.
you.
I'm
All
sorry.
right. Well, whatever. I'm sorry Peterson ruined the whole episode. Maybe you can fix it in post. Probably not.
I'm not going to.
Can you fix the whole podcast in post?
I'll make myself laugh at the jokes that I was trying really hard not to laugh at.
Yeah, if you could make the listeners laugh at those jokes too, that'd be great.
I can,
Oh,
and I
man.
will.
Okay, well, join our Discord. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Whatever. Just come hang out with us. I
Yeah,
like you guys.
yeah. We need all the friends.
We need 32 friends. To play us out. What's been playing us out forever.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
Another song from Toy Commander for the Sega Dreamcast. This time, it's called Lost Strings. I'm JD, logging off.
And this is Peterson going AFK.
Ooh, Steve, nailed it on that.